the world of Tim Bертton in Prague is the first time visitors will see approximately 150 of Tim's artworks that had never been exhibited before, not in the previous exhibitions. And so there will be a lot of new works that had never been shown before. And I think also visitors can look forward to the juxtaposition between city and artists. I think that we wanted to bring in a lot of Czech elements into the exhibition design for this exhibition. So you will see hand-blown glass as covers for puppets and other models and maquettes. And we really wanted to also incorporate the architecture of the stone bell house into the exhibition. We wanted sort of the Gothic elements of the building really plays into Tim's aesthetic. And we're really excited to be in Prague in the town square in this historic building. I remember when I first did research for the show for the Museum of Modern Art in New York, my co-curator Ron Magliozzi and I visited Tim Bертton at his studio in 2008. And before we had visited the studio, we knew that Tim is an artist and Tim had drawings in his archive, but we had no idea as to the wealth of the material. His art was everywhere in his studio, in file cabinets, in plan files. And it was just an amazing experience to walk into a room filled with Tim's art, as you can see, very much like the exhibition here. And it was such a fascinating revelation for me to be able to realize how much of Tim's art had been unknown previously. You know, it's really interesting because Tim has said before that what seems scary to adults is actually pretty exciting for children. And it's sometimes as children grow up, their free-form imagination gets a little bit lost, and then the cynicism of adulthood comes into play. And you can see that in a movie such as Corpse Bride, where there's a very pivotal scene in Corpse Bride where the underworld mixes with the living, and the living is scared of the underworld. But in fact, this little child comes up and, takes the hand of her passed away relative. And it's that scene that really shows what the balance between adulthood and childhood. In fact, this balance, this interplay is everywhere in Tim's works. Something that adults might think would be too scary for children is actually really exciting for children. And it's also kind of our expectations of what we lose as we grow up. And hopefully Tim's works will be able to let the adults remember all of our kind of free-flowing imagination that we had as children, where anything is possible. There are approximately 500 works in this exhibition, and in fact, in Tim's archive, there are close to 10,000 artworks that I've looked through. So, in fact, just to pick one specific work that is my favorite is a very hard thing to do. However, I do like The Last of Its Kind. It is a painting that you will see in the figurative works room. And it is a red spiral pointing down to the creature relegated to the corner of the frame. And it is, to me, the embodiment of one of Tim's most well-known motifs, the misunderstood outcast. Just to kind of, put this little creature down into the lower right-hand corner of the frame. The way Tim created this portrait is to me, it communicates so much, just that feeling of not being understood, that feeling of being lonely and sad. And yet, it's such a powerful image with the red and the blacks and the white. To me, that is actually, that painting I saw hanging in Tim's office the first time I visited Tim's office, and I said, that has to be in the exhibition. Just take it off the wall and and send it to New York.